welcome to our final day of coverage here in Birmingham at the Commonwealth Games. The Indian athletes with a bag full of medals are returning home. Some of them have already returned to a rousing reception. 61 of the 280 medals in Birmingham were won by the Indian athletes. That makes it 21% of the medals. The athletics squad was the star of the show here at the Games. Triple jumpers winning medals, steeplechase in long jump and also in high jump. This morning, the triple jumpers returned to their training base in Bangalore at the Sai Centre, and they were given a massive reception. My colleague Shrija was there to catch up with Eldos Paul and Abdullah Abu Bakar and talk to them about their medal winning feat in Birmingham. Listening.
Joining us right now here on NDTV are Commonwealth winners, gold and silver medals. In fact, Mr. Eldos, Paul, also Abu Bakar here. The first question to both of you all, what does it mean to, have a podium finish?
It's feeling very proud and amazing because two Indians, like in a big event, Commonwealth Games, finishing first and second on a podium and sung our national anthem on the podium and on the ground. That was a an amazing.
Of course, it's a historic win. What about you, Abu Bakar? Because it's for the first time, right, in the history of India itself, if you're talking about for a triple jump, to bring home back medals.
बहुत अच्छा लगा. मेरा दोस्त ही एल्डोस पोल वो गोल्ड है. दोनों फर्स्ट से सेकंड हमारा कंट्री को लेके आने के लिए वो एक चांस था हमारा. यही है हमारा मोटिवेशन. अगले फ्यूचर कोई आ रहे तो हम दोनों अब वो पोडियम में रह के अभी चले जा. अगले कोई आ रहे तो उनको एक मोटिवेशन था. ये एक्चुअली प्रवीण भी अच्छा किया लेकिन उनको 3 सेंटीमीटर फोर्थ है. उनको अच्छा लेग नहीं था. लेग तो वो अंदर है. वो पोडियम में हम तीनों है तो अगले साल अगले कॉमनवेल्थ में हमारा कोई जा रहे तो उन ऐसे बताएगा. लास्ट ईयर में हमारा सीनियर्स इधर ही ये पोडियम में 3 लोग भी आके चले गया. हमको इजी होगा. ये मोटिवेशन मिला था.
The wrestlers were the biggest stars of India's campaign in Birmingham. All 12 of them won medals. They reached home to a hero's welcome, and so did the judokas. But talking about the wrestling contingent, 6 golds coming from the wrestlers. It was a big moment for wrestlers like Sakshi Malik and Vinesh Fogart, who returned to form. Sakshi, in fact, ahead of the games had said if she did not strike a medal, she would pack her bags and go, exit the circuit. Vinesh had a long struggle with mental health after her ignominious exit from the Tokyo Olympic Games and says this medal has given her enough confidence to go for a gold in Paris. Ozzy Osbourne, the Birmingham rocker at 73, who hasn't been seen too much in public view for a very long time because of ill health, made a surprise entry at the Alexander Stadium during the closing ceremony of the Commonwealth Games. There were UB40 as well as Apache Indian. There was Punjabi Bhangra as well, as curtain was drawn on a very successful Commonwealth Games. The Indian squad marched in full glory. They were led by the most successful athlete from this edition of the Games, Achanta Sharat Kamal, who won four medals. 3 of them were gold medals, and Nikhat Zareen, who also won a gold medal in her boxing category. Now here's a look at the top and the most memorable performances from this edition of the Games. Of course, leading the pack would be the athletics field. Avinash Sable, the army man who beat the Kenyans in their own field. Kenyans had come here for a 7th straight clean sweep, but they found Avinash Sable on the track. They were looking back, but there were no Moroccans, no Ethiopians. Instead, an Indian running toe-to-toe with them, finishing with a silver medal. For the first time, a 3,000 meter steeplechase medal coming to India.
Joining us here on NDTV is Mr. Avinash Sable, who is the silver medal winner at the Commonwealth Games 2022 for steeplechase. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Avinash. You missed the gold by 0.05 seconds. But it's of course a historic win for India. You know, how was it like, to beat the Kenyans for you on the track?
देखो मतलब ये जो फर्स्ट और सेकंड के बीच का जो फासला है ये मतलब बहुत कम है, जैसे मतलब 0.5 मतलब 0.05 मतलब बहुत ही ये कम है। मतलब उस टाइम पे मुझे ये लग रहा था कि शायद मैं जीत सकता हूँ गोल्ड, और थोड़ा बहुत वो जो कैलकुलेशन था मेरा कि मैं कब रेस को फास्ट करना चाहिए, मुझे लगता है यहाँ कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ी सी मेरी कमी रह गई है। और देखो फिर भी मुझे मतलब बहुत खुशी है कि मैं देश के लिए इस इवेंट में मेडल जीता हूँ और काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा है।
The next biggest performance, or the next most memorable performance coming in from the wrestling team, all 12 of whom won medals. There were 6 gold medals that came from the wrestling team. Bajrang Punia leading from the front. He had a gold medal in Gold Coast and he defended it this time around. One of the disappointing things about wrestling was that there were not too many entries in each category, which might lead the organizers to have a re-look at including the games in the future. But that's where India needs to do some tough talking. So wrestling is one of the disciplines that has got India 12 medals and will continue to get India a lot of success in the future edition of the games. It has also helped 2 of our superstar wrestlers, Vinesh Fogart and Sakshi Malik, return to form.
विजय जी, लोग कह रहे हैं कि आप वैसे वो जॉइंट एंट्रेंस दिलवाने जो दिलाते हैं टीचर्स, उन जैसे हैं। हर एक बंदा उनको जॉइंट मिलता है। Tell us a little bit about how have you made it possible? 15 lifters in this team had come here, 10 of them going back with medals.
मैडम बच्चे, मेरी किस्मत अच्छी है कि मुझे बच्चे बहुत अच्छे मिले हैं, बहुत ज्यादा मेहनती और बहुत ज्यादा डिसिप्लिन है। बच्चों की मेहनत और उनके डिसिप्लिन की वजह से आज हम इस मुकाम तक पहुंचे हैं कि हम 10 मेडल ले पाए। हालांकि मुझे 1-2 मेडल की और उम्मीद थी, वो मैं अनलकी रहा हूं कि उनके मेडल नहीं आ पाए 2 बच्चों के। लेकिन ये जितनी भी है बच्चों की मेहनत और डिसिप्लिन का रिजल्ट है कि हम अच्छा कर पा रहे हैं।
मेरा ये पूरा जो स्क्वाड है, इनसे जब मैं बात की, सब कह रहे थे कि मीरा दीदी जो करेंगे हम वही करेंगे। मीरा दीदी का इन्फ्लुएंस के बारे में बात हो रही है। आप बताइए कितना मोटिवेट करते हैं आप इन लोगों को, और कितना इंडिविजुअली टॉक्स करने का टाइम होता है क्या आपके पास?
हाँ, हम साथ में ट्रेनिंग करते हैं। ऐसे आजू बाजू में सब होते हैं, सामने होते हैं, तो हम जब ट्रेनिंग करते हैं उस टाइम में हम बोल देते हैं कि हाँ आप ये ठीक है, अच्छा है, वो सब हम बता देते हैं। और ट्रेनिंग करने के बाद भी हम सब पूछते हैं वो लोग कि मुझे ऐसे कैसा करना है, क्या क्या और करना है एक्सरसाइज के बारे में। तो जो भी मुझे पता है, मैंने सर से सीखा है, वो सब मैं भी कभी कभी उनको बता देती हूँ ऐसे ऐसे करना है। तो वही है, हम टीम वर्क है, हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा टीम वर्क है, क्योंकि हम इंडिया के लिए वेट लिफ्टिंग को बढ़ाना है, तो इसलिए टीम वर्क बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं। तो मैं सबको जो भी मैं सीखा है उसको बता दूँ।
And finally, the women cricketers were big winners of this edition of the games. Though India returned with a silver medal, having lost to Australia by just 9 runs in the gold medal match, but all their matches were a complete sellout. Birmingham Games made a lot of money by including cricket into the games. Cricket was one of the 24 games played here, and they were played in front of packed audience. The ground at Edgbaston was packed to rafters during the India-Pakistan game, and it was a complete sellout during the final between India and Australia. It was a great debut for women's cricket and a great advertisement for women's sport as well.
Gold was lost, but silver medal, it's a big moment, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. It's a big moment for all of us because first time we were participating, and the way we played throughout this tournament, that was something great to watch. And you're right, we were very close to the gold medal, but again we did the same mistakes which we have been doing in the big tournaments. And I think we have to keep working hard on our lower order batting order, and I think that is something we are already working on, and I'm sure in the upcoming tournaments we will do really well.
On a larger perspective, what does this silver medal do for women's cricket in India, Harman? Where do you see it going?
I think it means a lot because first time participating and winning something that is more important for us, and I think this will definitely motivate young girls back home, and I'm sure many young girls, they will come and start playing cricket.
We are kind of frustrated, but at the same time it's a very proud moment for all of us, and even for India, that first time cricketers come in the Commonwealth. We fought really hard, couldn't get the gold, but we got a silver, and we are part of this historic time. I think is something we're very proud of, but yeah, a little bit of regret somewhere.
That's all we could pack into our coverage from the Birmingham Games. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to another side of Britain.
A side where we discover new flavours on every street corner.
Where we take good times to new heights.
And where ways to get around are limited only by our sense of adventure.
In 2022, come and join us for an unmissable year of celebration.
So get ready to explore different every day.